Albion Online has released 3 new crystal weapons, namely the Fire Staff, Nature Staff, and the Crossbow, named Flamewalker, Forge Bark, and Arc Light Blaster. And in this video, we are going to look at all of it, starting with my favorite, obviously, the Fire Staff. Here we go. All right, let's look at the Fire Staff. It's a Flamewalker at highest specs and highest tier and enchantment. Obviously, this is a normal quality. It is at 1242 damage. Only 1242 transforms you into a fireball immune to all effects. So, CCs, damage, force movements, whatever. As you fly up to 14 meters towards the targeted position, deals damage in a 5-meter radius. The damage is very meh, actually. It's very, very meh. It deals 391 over 2 seconds to all enemies you pass through. And if you hit an enemy player, the cooldown will be reduced by wrong tag. So, let's get rid of this. The cooldown is actually 30 seconds for this. It is a base 30 seconds. So, let's see first the animation and how it actually looks. So, let me get rid of my vanity. It looks good. So it is reminiscent of a one-hand fire staff, because it is a one-hand fire staff. Let's look at the cooldown first and the animation. Oh, hello. It's basically the one-hand fire staff, but non-targeted, but with mobility. Interesting. All right, let's cool down. Well, I butchered that, but okay. Here we go. So let's add this in. It is cooldown is 30 seconds. It says target position up to 14 meters. So if say your opponent is like right here, you can just do that. And it's crazy good. All right, the animation looks amazing. First and foremost, the animation just looks cool. That's the first thing. The damage, not so much. The blink ability almost is I like it. Most of the fire staffs, well, all of the fire staffs actually lack mobility. And this is the first of its kind that actually has mobility. So 14 meters, boom. Ooh. Okay, it is good for 1v1. It is definitely going to be good for 1v1 PvP. The damage, probably not so much. The mobility's there. I just want to see how much is the reduction of the E ability. Now, let's test out the cooldown reduction when you hit a player. Alright, we'll see. It's not a targeted thing. Right, you have to actually aim it. Boom. It's very easy to aim. It seems like 8 seconds. 8 seconds was taken out of the thing. Damage-wise, I say it again. It is about 7.5 seconds taken out from it. So that is very interesting. 7.5 seconds. The damage, it's very easy to aim. The damage is very lackluster, actually. Very, very lackluster. Obviously, this is an 8.4 versus 8.4, full specs versus full specs. But even then, it deals like 400 damage, 448. So, in a 1v1 situation, it is definitely still better to have the one-hand fire staff. It's almost, I don't want to say it's equivalent to like the quick cast, but at a longer cooldown, it does reduce your damage or your cooldown by 8 seconds. 8 seconds without the cooldown modifiers. But if we add, all right, we'll add it a little bit later. We'll add all of the cooldown modifiers and let's see if you can actually spam this. It's very unlikely. So yeah, that is a good strat. Go behind him. The strat should be behind them because of that extra damage. which is a really good strat. Let's try that. Go behind them so that you deal extra damage. Okay, so you have to be like really just behind them. I think in general, it's still going to be better to just aim at them, because it does say the trail. There's a trail. Enemy you pass. Let's try this again. Kind of. I think that's big brain strat for sure. But I really like the mobility though. I like the mobility on it. I really like the mobility. Alright, let's go full cooldowns. What if we go full cooldowns? This is like the highest, and let's go get us some food. Where's the food? Let's go full cooldowns. Pork omelet. Okay. Full cooldowns. You don't need Gigantify Potion for this. Right? Because you're immune to all effects. Bro, switch to a Demon Fang. Let's try it again. Momo won? Let's go. Alright, let's try this again. I do believe this is going to work really well with Q1, because you do have the mobility to actually catch up. What I want to try is just like this. Boom. Alright, it does work. So you can go through them and have that 5-meter radius to actually deal more damage. So you go like that, go through them and explode. So if you have full cooldowns, full everything, you can cast this skill every 15 seconds, similar to how a fire staff is, like the one-hand fire staff. But I think it's trickier. I think it is trickier to actually take advantage of the second part. You can, obviously, but the strat probably is going to be just hit your E and use it as a mobility. Mana wise as well, it's like okay, you know, similar to the one-hand fire. But yeah, that is the new Crystal Flamewalker. Really good animation, right? Amazing effect. It actually immunes you. The dash towards the opponent is fast enough. Reflect is still... I don't know if Reflect is going to affect this that much because of how fast it actually goes. Unless you're like full ranging this all the time. Reflect can still affect this, but I don't think it is going to be like the full counter to it, similar to how you can quick cast your E ability on the one-hand fire staff. But I like it. It is a new thing in Albion Online. Damage though, I want to see like tier 4.2. At full specs, how much damage are you actually dealing compared to the one-hand fire staff? Can you do tier 4? I guess we can only do tier 5. Or tier 5. Alright, tier 5. Let's look at tier 5. Let's go like 5.1 because that's usually where it's at for at least Soccer Corrupted Dungeons. Alright, 5.1 normal quality and 5.1 this. Let's look at the differences. The damage here is 700. 737 plus 232. We'll call that 1,000. This one right here is 1,000 in full cast. But most of the time in 1v1 or Stalker Corrupted Dungeons, really, you only use quick casts, which is the 476, which I'm actually so used to. So in that case, it is almost similar to it in terms of damage output per cooldown almost. Actually, no. It still has higher damage output per second. They're both one-handed. It's just that this has mobility and can be used for small scale better. I guess if they gave this a knock up, it would be too similar to the Pyroblast because it does have knockback on this. It's not too bad though. I am still going to try to make it work with 1v1 corrupted dungeons. It's going to be a challenge, I think, but with some few tweaks, I think we can make it work. Let's move on to the Arc Light Blaster. This is dash to the targeted position, so another dash, unleashing a barrage of energy bolts in an 8-meter radius around you. Deals 749 damage, gains 137 damage resistance while dashing. The ability can be recast within 5 seconds up to 3 times, increasing its cooldown 10 seconds per cast. Alright, let's see. You dash. Oh, shit. Yo. I like it. I actually like it. Alright, let's try this for a duel. Okay, so this is reminiscent of that Overwatch character. Is that an Overwatch character? It's the die. Okay. Compared to this damage right here. Okay, it's not that great. It's bad. It's really not that great in terms of damage. But you have that mobility though. You have that mobility. Alright, let's look at the damage of this. That is an AoE. That is an AoE that deals 700 damage at the high end. Increases your damage resistance by 137. And it says you can recast. In 5 seconds, you can recast. Alright? 5 seconds, 10 seconds. This is the one thing that I really don't know about the recast abilities of Albion Online. Because if you have 5 seconds, right? 5 seconds to recast. That's 5 seconds. And it cools down for another 5 seconds. That's basically 10 seconds of you just using the ability once. Or you can use it 3 times. And actually just have it cool down. Right? It doesn't deal a lot of damage. Obviously, this is not for 1v1. It is for arenas, probably. Smaller scale. Definitely not ZVZ. I'd be so surprised if you actually see this in a ZVZ situation. More of a small scale. And yeah, not 1v1. Because that is to do damage right there. Like, why would you want that at 30 seconds cooldown when you can easily use a light crossbow, right? A light crossbow, bolt casters for 1v1, heavy crossbow probably has like higher damage output. So this is a small scale weapon. Definitely not ZVZ, right? Definitely not ZVZ, but it is small scale. All right, kill me, good sir. Kill me. But it does look cool though. It absolutely does look fantastic, especially when you cast them back to back to back. Look at how cool this is. You just cast it back to back to back. That's so cool. That is incredibly cool. All right, again, this is... I'm not too excited about this. Not as excited as a Fire Staff, obviously, because I'm a Fire Staff main. But... small scale, not 1v1. Like the Boltcaster, it is a two-handed weapon as well. Alright, let's look at the last one. This is the Nature Staff. Gather ambient magic affecting up to 10 targets in a 7-meter radius around you for 8 seconds. While this ability is active, recasting invokes the opposing ability. Ooh. Fortify. Grants a shield for 1.5 seconds. Restores health of allies every 0.85. And it increases your heal cast by 15. Recasting it roots enemies for 4.94 seconds. Enemies cannot be rooted by you again. And increases allies damage by 15%. Wow. This is actually very new. All right, let's try this out. Very interesting skill here. A double cast. Which seems to be the theme for this too. A double cast, triple cast. You root your opponents for a certain period of time. Oh, you can cast? Oh, shoot. You cannot root them again after. Oh, you can recast. 8 seconds. You can swap between them. That is so cool. So it's reminiscent of the phase scale robe, where you can like recast to have different effects. But obviously you don't want to like cast. I think the one thing that you would want to do here if you are in a small scale situation, not too much about ZVZ. I don't know about ZVZs, but the shield for 1.5 seconds probably is like a defense, if you will. You can use this as a defensive thing and like re-engage, like defense, all right, and then re-engage for ZVZ. 15% more damage. And then after the engage, you can shield them back up again. Oh, maybe ZVZs. Definitely small scale. I don't know about 1v1, but like someone's probably going to try to make this work for 1v1. You don't have enough heals. It's like 140 at the high end with the modifiers. You don't have... The root is nice, right? 5 seconds root is really nice. Can be an offensive nature? Can be an offensive nature where there are no conditions for the root. It's just you root them for 5 seconds. No condition at all. So you can recast cast, right? And they're rooted for 5 seconds. Obviously minus their resistances. And you root them when you're like passing through them. Let's actually see that. Alright, I'm going to go past them, alright? And then Oh no. Is it only when you cast? So you have to be there when you're actually casting? Let's try this again. Root me. Okay, you're rooted when you cast. Okay. Can you root as you're passing by them though? You do not. So it's more of like blink in root. Actually. So it's an engage healer. An engage healer is wild. So like you're in the back line, right? You're in the back line. Boom, you have shield. You blink in and then you root and then everyone follows. It's an engage and it increases their damage too. It's an engage healer, bro. Really interesting. And at 30 seconds cooldown as well. The shield at 1.5 is just for you to absorb damage, obviously, if you like, you know, get engaged on. The extra healing is not even that. It's not even healing that much, actually. But it's every 0.85 seconds, though. So you're healing yourself. If you just stay here, it's actually really good heals. I changed my mind. It is a really, really good heal ability. Only if you're using it as a heal thing. So, okay, 1v1 situations actually might be. Like this one right here for 1v1. And is it purgeable? You're right. It should not be purgeable because it's not a buff. Yeah, it's not purgeable. It's not a buff, technically. It doesn't show up. Oh. It doesn't show here, the healing. A 2vx with the werewolf staff? Actually, hunter shoes with bigger root? Root duration? So what are we talking about? Like we're leering caning a nature staff now? It's an engage healer. How is it an engage healer? I like it. I like it though. I like it a lot. It is a 2vx weapon. I wonder if you can use this for 2v2. Is this enough heals for 2v2? Because you're healing both of you and you have shield. And you can shield a lot of times, right? Boom, shield. Root. Shield again. Root. Well, damage. But then shield again. 2v2 Hellgates? 3v3. The new 3v3. This is absolutely for the new 3v3. There's no way it's not. Oh my gosh, this is going to be so good for the new 3v3. Because you're going to shield, right? After that, get rid of it. Shield. Boom. Shield again. Like it. I like it a lot. Okay, obviously my favorite is going to be this. This is going to be something that I am going to try in the live server once all of these new weapons actually are available in the live server in about 2 months? 2 months. In about 2 months. So we shall see. This is pretty cool. Mobility with the fire staff. It looks nice. I like it. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. I'm really excited about the fire staff. This looks cool visually. I don't know if it is going to be used for smaller scale. I think the damage is a little bit lackluster. This one is very interesting for the new 3v3 coming soon with the shield. Really good shield. Short duration, increases your heal cast, you know, with the root as well as an engaged healer. Exciting stuff. I think this is probably the most excited I am for new crystal weapons. Fire staff and the nature staff, really darn good. If you have any comments, leave them in the comment section below. Or better yet, join us live on Twitch at twitch.tv/Birdstone.